Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again, in this likely YouTube shadow banned astrological segment. I'm going to be talking about astrology and the shooting of Donald Trump. It does appear that Donald Trump has been, shot. It appears at a rally he was having today, and there was reported that there was blood on the side of his head and in one of his ears. And first off, I just want to offer, the prayers and condolences to Donald Trump, his close family and friends. He probably will never even see this video, but I still want to offer that anyway. I know there's a lot of people out there that have animosity toward Donald Trump, and I understand why that is. There's no need to be going around trying to shoot people. This is something. I mean, there's just so much of these shootings just going around, senseless ones, and there's no place or need for this. And perfectly he will be okay. My understanding is, from what I've seen on from the media reports, is that he's going to be okay. He's went to the hospital and is being treated. I mean, after he apparently it appears to have been shot, he pumped his fist up. I would say victoriously. It was like he was basically stating, nice try, I'm still around. And I mean, I am glad that looks like he's going to be okay. And the thing is, this is really, just very shocking and riveting, this whole thing that has gone on. I'm going to talk about, some natal placements and transits that might be tied into this. And the thing about this is, I look at his chart, and I mean, he's got that 29-degree, Leo ascendant, which, at the time he was born, it was by the fixed star Regulus, and now by precession, it's not there anymore. But the fact that he was born with his ascendant very close to that, fixed star position of Regulus, it's a fixed star position that indicates, being triumphant, victorious over adversaries. He does have Mars conjunct the ascendant, so that's an indicator, I would say, that there's a little greater propensity, for, physical related issues. Mars is also gunfire, and he does have the transit. That was interesting, is that transit Mars and Uranus both are in his 10th house, and it's near that the fixed star Algol, which is known to be one of the more volatile degrees out there in the stars and in the galaxy. And you're talking about Mars, which is associated with things that are volatile and truculent. It's conjunct Uranus right now, which is connected with the unpredictable, the unexpected. And it's in Donald Trump's 10th house. And the 10th house is connected with things that are government related and notoriety. This is not surprising that this was something that was going to get, a lot of exposure. And also, I've noticed, looking at, Donald Trump's chart, he also has right now transit Venus, either in or very close to the 12th house right now. And Venus is connected, has a connection with the ears. The 12th house is hospitalization. Some other, things in his chart, as far as natal placements and transits that may be, tied in, to what has happened. I noticed, though, that Donald Trump does have, at this time, transit Jupiter is sextile his natal Pluto. So this is something where, that's actually auspicious as far as protection from death. Jupiter is about protection. It's, the benign planet. It's about good luck and fortune. Pluto is connected with death. Pluto, in Trump's natal chart, Pluto is in Leo in the 12th house of hidden adversaries. And The thing about, so that's an indicator of getting that protection from that at this time. And some other things, I mean, as far as his chart goes at this time, again, that Uranus and Mars, transit definitely, is a doozy to say the least. And the transit Uranus is making a close square to his natal Mars, which again, Mars is gunfire, volatility, in dramatic Leo. And this is, something where you have that, that square aspect, which could be an adverse aspect for something that could be unexpected, that could happen, that could be volatile. Mars is in Donald Trump's 12th house of hidden enemies, and transit Sun is getting close to his natal Saturn, so that could indicate some limitations in terms of, the vitality and energy level coming up. Trump may be, at a time when he gets out of this hospital, will be, in a resting stage, I think, for a little bit, because, of what has transpired. And another thing, transit that I'm looking at that's intriguing is that transit Neptune right now is making a inconjunct aspect to Donald Trump's natal ascendant in Leo. And Neptune, is connected, with hidden adversaries. Transit Neptune is in the 8th house of trauma. And again, it is making an inconjunct to, Donald Trump's natal ascendant. I do think this could be the indicator of, though, also, because Neptune is not, inconjuncts can often be about adjustments. They could be about health related issues as well. And with this inconjunct, going on, I do believe it's possible that Donald Trump may be experiencing, at some time in the in the future, when they have the new ruling on this or whatever, regarding the sentencing, whatever that is going to happen. I believe it's been postponed to like at least September 18th or something. But if you're having, the inconjunct aspect with Neptune to the ascendant, Neptune rules imprisonment and incarceration, so there may be an adjustment that Donald Trump may have to make at that time regarding, possible imprisonment. And, so that is another way I think that could manifest and pan out. But as far as his injury goes, having Neptune, again, the planet connected with hidden enemies, making the inconjunct to the ascendant, which is about, ascendant is the physical body, so it's an indicator of, transit Neptune being the 8th house of trauma. This is where, maybe that, I would say, that comes into play as far as that transit goes, because and again, inconjuncts in astrology can be about health related issues. So the thing about in Neptune is at that 29th degree right now of Pisces, which is connected, has a connection with, homicide. So, it is, it's by that fixed star sheet. So that could be where, how this is manifesting, in terms of Donald Trump's, life is situation right now. And again, I do, this whole thing is very, bewildering and mind-boggling. I'm still shocked that this actually had happened. At a rally, I understand that those kind of things could, there's a greater chance, like say at a rally, comparatively speaking, to other places in terms of, a truculent or volatile action. But still, the fact that we're talking about, her, presidential candidate and somebody, as prominent as Donald Trump, to hear this kind of news, is really shocking. But, Donald Trump, walked off, like basically like a warrior, whether you love him or hate him. You get, what appeared to be, gunshots. And again, there was blood reported that was seen by Donald Trump's ear and the side of his head. and to get up and pump your fist in the air, basically saying, nice try, loser. I'm still around here. And I do think a lot of him, with what he has in terms of his, the fact that he seems to get out of a lot of these situations unscathed and winning in no-win arenas. A lot of it is his Leo, attributed to the Leo ascendant. I mean, there's just something, I talk about Scorpio energy being, indomitable, but Leo is very close to that, I would say. And, he's got, again, that Mars conjunct the ascendant, which could be, like a real, like, kind of, combative warrior, type of energy for him. And I'm not like, saying that, Trump is all good and this and that, but it's still the fact that, he seems to, keep on fighting no matter what adversity he's facing. I mean, it's still something, to be in awe of the fact that he's got right now. I mean, he's technically, he's been, convicted right now of all those like 34 counts or something of, I think there were, of those charges, even though he's going to, I'm sure he's going to be appealing this. Still, as of right now, there were 34, charges on him, 34 charges on 34 counts. So, I mean, but still, the thing about this is, again, it's just something for me, to see, something like this. And it's not just about, this, what looked like, I mean, could have been an assassination attempt on Donald Trump. It's the fact that we're getting, these shootings, have become so prevalent in the United States. It's almost become commonplace at this time, and I just wish there was something that could be done to at least, well, I don't want to say derail, to contain this to some degree. I know it's something that would never likely be completely eradicated, but if there was some way to get this to where, where it's minimized at least, because we have so many mass shootings. And there were a number of shots that I heard that they sounded like pops when I was watching the video on YouTube. And so other people could have been hurt, but my understanding, as of at least the time when I last, was checking the media reports, pertaining to this situation, that at least nobody else has been reported injured, at this time, hurt or injured or dead. I don't think there's nobody else that has succumbed to any kind of injuries. And thank the Lord, thank the man upstairs for that. And that, looks like Trump is going to survive, this incident. But it's still very, again, the whole situation was just very riveting and unnerving to hear about, something like this that actually transpired. But I look at Donald Trump's chart, and he does have a preponderance of planets on the left side of it, which tells me that he's somebody that he's, very, independent in his manner, that he doesn't, wait on other people for action, that he's very much of a doer. He doesn't believe he has to do things, with other people, or wait on things, to happen. I mean, when you have the majority of your planets on the left side of the chart, generally it indicates a person who believes, their life and their destiny is predicated on their own actions, and the destiny is not really chosen by others. Donald Trump, I will say again, not to be redundant, but whether you love him or hate him, he's somebody that is very, an action-oriented person. I think a lot of that has to do with his Mars conjunct the ascendant. He's somebody, Leo ascendant, and then having Mars on, you're talking about near like inexorable, type of energy. And you're talking also, he's got Uranus conjunct his sun, and which is something which tells me that it really is, it reaffirms and reinforces the independent and freedom oriented type of streak that Donald Trump actually what he has. And this is just something, when you look at this, it just shows you people that anybody's time can come at any time, and it's imperative to understand that life is very precious. We don't know when our last day is. If I mean, he's good. Donald Trump looks like he's going to get out of this, okay. But the thing is that this was, I don't know if the supposedly the shot fired, if it hit Donald Trump's, it was near his left ear or right ear. But you're talking about maybe a few inches more to the left or to the right of his head. He may not be around right now. So I mean, he could have been inches away from peril, from possible death. So I just feel, let's not, people out there, let's not take things for granted, and understand that we can go, anybody can go at any time. And also, what I want to get at before I head out is that transit Pluto is making a conjunction. I'm sorry, not a conjunction. In conjunct, at least loose in conjunct to Donald Trump's ascendant. So that's an adjustment that may be needed in terms of physical related trauma. Pluto is in Aquarius, the sign of the unexpected. So these are things to consider. As far as astrology, and what has happened with Donald Trump and his in this moment. So anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment. Until next time, Edwin Learnard saying stay well.